You guys already know what time it is. Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Gianna Lian and today we're back with the famous TBR jar where our TBR jar is choosing our May TBR. May is here, you guys. You know what that means? You know what that means. Summer's almost here. Summer is almost here. Let's just take a moment to be so excited because I'm so freaking excited. You have no idea. A new month calls for a new TBR, which is where we are allowing our TBR jar to pick our TBR again. I've been doing these videos for so long. You guys love them. I had to do it again. I had to. Let's be honest here. If you guys have never watched these videos, I basically have a bunch of prompts in this jar and I'm gonna pick out each prompt, which is gonna help me choose what books I'm gonna actually put on my TBR. I normally go for 7. I feel like, do I wanna be ambitious? Do I wanna be ambitious? Probably not. Because let's be honest here, I never end up finishing my TBRs, but maybe this month might be the month. I say this to you guys every time, and I lie to you every time, but maybe it will be. Maybe. So I think I'm gonna pick 7. That seems to be the decent number that I actually come close to finishing, so we're gonna pick 7. Let's just jump into our first prompt, but before we do, make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already to join the family, and because if you love TBR jar videos. Come on guys, this is where they're at. Take this off. I'm hoping we get a few prompts that I've never gotten before because there's a lot in here that I've never gotten once. Pink always starts us off. A book set in a different country. I'm definitely gonna have to do some searching for this one. For our 2 options that I chose for this prompt, we have Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Come on, everyone's been raving about this book, you guys, and I feel like it could be really good. And this series is very, very loved by everyone, and I'm pretty sure the 3rd one actually just came out, so this one seems very promising, especially like cowboy romance. Kind of in the mood. And then a book that's been on my TBR forever, The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. Love this cover, love the vibes that it's giving. This one's set in New York, I'm pretty sure. This one is set in a place I literally cannot pronounce, so I'll put it up on the screen because I don't want to butcher it and embarrass myself because I'm gonna mispronounce it so bad. So both of these seem so freaking intriguing. But for the vibes, I think I'm gonna have to go with Done and Dusted. I think I just have to because like I'm kind of in like a cowboy romance kick right now lately, you guys, and I want to continue that, especially going into summer. This one seems like it's obviously small town and brother's best friend romance. I've been loving that trope lately, you guys. I don't know, it seems so good. Luke Brooks is Meadowlark's most notorious bad boy, bar owner, and bachelor. As Emmy's older brother's best friend, Luke spent most of his childhood antagonizing her. It's been years since he's seen her, but when she walks into his bar and back into his life, he can't take his eyes off her. I'm just gonna go into it. Like, I don't need to know anything about it. I'm just excited to jump into it. Ever since I picked it up, I've been wanting to read it. This one has to be our first book on our May TBR. I'm pretty sure, wait, it's dual POV. That makes it even better. Okay, second prompt. Ooh, we got purple this time. A book I could potentially unhaul. Oh, I did not want to get this one, you guys. Oh no. I have a shelf down on my bookshelf if you watch my book reorganizing video where I basically have a whole shelf for unhauls. I had lots of options, but these are the 3 that kind of scream the most to me, I guess. We have An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. This book is definitely an older read and I just wanted to read it for the vibes. I'm worried that it's going to be very old school writing and that's something that's very icky to me about reading books, but I've heard lots of good things and plus it's just such an old book and such a loved book in the community, like as a whole. This could be an option. It's just like, I don't know. The Long Fall by Walter Mosley. This one I got thrifting and it seemed intriguing, but I haven't heard anything about it, and once again I'm pretty sure it's like old school writing, so I don't know. All these books are books I don't really want to read, but for the sake of the prompt we gotta do it. And The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I am intrigued to read this, you guys. I'm just worried that it's gonna bore me, and that's my only worry about the whole entire thing, but it seems so interesting. It's definitely between these 2 for sure. I think The Long Fall is kind of piquing my interest just a little bit more because this one seems really interesting with like a whole like adventure story almost. Like I feel like it's gonna be super suspenseful. It's based in New York, which I love reading about New York. Our main character, he's an ex-boxer, a hard drinker, and not one to turn down a shady job for a quick buck. And it seems like obviously he has a pretty dark past, but now that he has wife and kids and they seem to be struggling, his past is obviously trying to come back to haunt him, which is where it says, but cleaned up or not, New York is still a city full of dirty secrets, and as McGill calls in in old markers to unearth some seemingly harmless information for a high-paying client, his commitment to the straight and narrow is going to be tested to the limit. So seems like we have high stakes going on, just some intriguing things going on. So I'm not going to turn this down right away. I do want to give it a try before I do unhaul it, but I wouldn't be surprised if this might be a DNF. This is gonna be our second book on our May TBR. Hopefully I'll get around to it, but I'm not going to make any promises because I definitely am going to be prioritizing the other 6 rather than this one. That's an interesting prompt to get because it kind of convinces me to try to read the books that I most likely would get rid of. Third prompt. I'm really trying to go for all the bottom ones, to be honest. Oh, another purple. A book with the title starting with the. We haven't gotten this prompt in a while. 2 options. Again, I always can never just pick one, so I'm always going to give you the options, convince myself with reasons on why I should pick one over the other. That's how this kind of works in my brain. The first one we have is The Dilemma by bday Paris, which is a very loved author by me. I've been meaning to get around to this book for so long, you guys. I don't know why I've been holding off, but it is dual POV, so I just need to read this. But then we also have The Kinsey Project by Jessica Para. This is actually an ARC that I received because I won a Goodreads giveaway, which first ARC ever, hello. This I'm pretty sure comes out in the middle of May. I could be wrong. I'll put up the release date on the screen, but I think I'm gonna choose this one only because I do want to read The Dilemma a little bit more, but I want to finish reading this before it actually releases so I can upload my review before it comes out. So I don't know anything about it. The cover is gorgeous. It's pink, hello. They just knew. They knew this book was for me, so when they were picking the Goodreads winner, they were like, okay, here you go. I'm just kidding, but it seems meant to be, right? So I'm just gonna read the synopsis, but it says, Castillo Torres Student Body Association event chair and serial planner could use a fairy godmother. After a disastrous mishap at her sister's quinceañera and her mother's unexpected passing, all of Cass's plans are crumbling. So when a local lifestyle guru slash party planner opens up applications for the internship of her dreams, Cass sees it as the perfect opportunity to learn every trick in the book so that things never go wrong again. It seems intriguing enough, and it's YA, so hopefully it'll be a faster paced read, I want to say, but I'm pretty sure there's also a romance thrown in there. So I've never read about quinceañeras. I don't know really anything about it, so I'd love to learn from this book, and it's just something different that I could read for a refresher, considering it's something I've never read about. This is gonna be the 3rd book on our May TBR. 4th prompt. Oh, we got 2. Oh, just kidding, no we didn't. I'm going delusional. Freebie, choose any book I want. Yay, yay, I know exactly what one. So I don't know if this is technically allowed. I'm gonna bend my own rules because I've been wanting to get around to this book for so long, but I don't have the physical copy, so I am gonna choose Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. This is the 3rd book in the Devil's Night series, and I've been loving this series, and I've been holding off on finishing it for so long. So a little backstory, I did already go book shopping after my book buying ban, which you guys will see that video coming very soon, I promise. But when I went to pick up the 3rd book, Kill Switch, it's in the new covers, and I don't know if you guys know about these new covers or have seen them, but they are so different from the original, and they're even a different size. So I was really upset about that, and I just couldn't bring myself to buy that book because I wanted all the books in the series to be the same. So I am gonna put Kill Switch on my TBR as my freebie because it is on Kindle Unlimited, but for now we're just gonna imagine that I have it, and this is gonna be the 4th book on my TBR because I don't know why I haven't finished this series already. It genuinely keeps me so hooked, and it's a highly recommended series by me, so we need to read the next one. 5th prompt. Oh, we have 2. What one's gonna fall? The newest release on my TBR. I might have to do some research for this one. I think the newest release actually on my TBR is Under the Influence by Noelle Crooks. I only know that because I went to the bookstore as soon as this released, so I'm pretty sure this is my newest one. At least that's what my Goodreads said, like when I researched all the books that I have on my TBR. This one seems to be the newest one, other than The Kinsey Project, because that comes out May. I'm gonna say that this is my newest release that I have, but look at this cover. Just give the cover a second. Just a second, because it's gorgeous. I've been so excited to read this book, and because it's The Devil Wears Prada meets the assistants in this compulsively readable debut following a young woman who takes a job working for an enigmatic influencer and quickly discovers there's an ugly side to being a hashtag girl boss. Seems like good vibes, and plus, like, I feel like this is gonna be definitely like a character-driven book and talking more about the reality of social media and working in that industry and just kind of a lot of character growth, I'm hoping. If it doesn't have a lot of character growth, I might not like the book, but we'll have to see. It says, girl, are you tired of everyone telling you what you can and can't do? Are you so over the patriarchy and middle-aged white dudes mansplaining how things work in the real world? Ever wish that people who talk so much about the real world actually lived in it so people like you and me could succeed? I don't know, it seems really interesting. I feel like I could learn a lot from it. Maybe even some confidence boosters, you know? So this is gonna be our 5th book on our TBR. I'm just very intrigued. Tequila with a twist? Sign me up. I'm ready for this book. We're not really sticking to the summery theme, you guys, but it's okay. 6th prompt. Show a book that's a new release. We basically just did that one. Let's redraft. Pink, pink, pink. A book with a flower on the cover. I hope I have one. Just kidding. I knew exactly what one I was going to choose, but you guys can't laugh at me. You can't laugh at me. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I still have not read this book, you guys. Literally the book that took over the internet and literally was on BookTok for over 2 years. I still haven't read it. Why? I have no idea. I haven't even put it on a TBR like at all, and I still have not read this. I feel like I know the book so much because of BookTok and the book community that I've read it, but really I haven't. My mom even read this before me. And this is the only book that I actually have a flower on the cover, so I feel like it's kind of meant to be, you know? I don't know. I feel like I just have to read it. And I have the second one as well. I feel like it's time. Is it time, guys? Let me know if I'm making a big mistake in the comments of reading this book. Is it past its time? I don't know. I feel like it's something I could actually enjoy. Maybe it will even make me cry because I've seen so many people cry because of this book. It says, It Ends With Us is a brave and heartbreaking novel that digs its claws into you and doesn't let go. No one delivers an emotional read like Colleen Hoover. And that's true. Colleen Hoover is definitely a good author in my opinion if you want a quick, easy read. Her writing is very easy, flows very well, that they're just so fast-paced, especially if you're getting into a slump. I always recommend her books to people because, like I said, they're just refreshers, so I feel like I could definitely use this in my TBR for a refresher. And I could maybe even like it. What if this is a 5 stars? We never know. And the tagline, sometimes the one who loves you is the one who hurts you the most. That's a quote. That's a whole quote in itself. This is gonna be our 6th book on our TBR. I'm kind of nervous to go into it, especially because I'm so late to everyone talking about this book and everyone and their moms have already read this book, but I still feel like I could enjoy it and I still feel like I should give it a try. Should I? I'm going to. How are we already on our last prompt, you guys? Should I do one more after this? I don't want to be too ambitious. I always bite off more than I can chew. The last one is purple, I guess. A book with a cartoon cover. Done and Dusted would have been perfect for this one, but I think I have another one. I feel like this one counts as a cartoon cover. I feel like it does. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is the 2nd book in the Maple Hills series, I'm pretty sure. It follows after Icebreaker, and I absolutely love that book. If you guys don't know, that was a 5-star read for me, and I know that book is very like hit or miss for a lot of people because of how spicy it is, but I personally loved it, and I'm in my hockey boy romance era. It's been a thing for a while. I picked this book up in my book shopping vlog that is gonna be coming out to you guys, but I'm just really eager to continue this series. I have a lot of series going on, but this one is definitely higher up on my priority list, to be honest, so I'm really excited about this. And it follows Russ, which I absolutely loved him in the 1st book. I don't remember the love interest in the 1st one, Aurora Roberts. I don't remember her, but this one seems like it could fit the vibes because it's based around like summer camps and stuff, and obviously hockey's thrown in there, and they're both very adventurous. They both aren't afraid to take risks and stuff like that. I feel like it just is gonna be really good, and the cover is so cute. I think this is definitely cartoony. This is definitely gonna be our last book on this TBR. And Elena Armas actually put a quote saying, Hannah Grace returns with my newest obsession. Russ Callahan, summer camp, and more of her trademark delicious and sizzling chemistry. Sparks will fly the moment you start turning the pages, and a warning, they're ripping hot. Oh, I'm really excited. And it's dual POV. Perfect! This is gonna be the last book on our TBR. I'm still debating if I should do another one. Okay, just for fun. I know I'm being so ambitious, you guys, but we're gonna do one more. Just one more. I just want to. Last one should be pink. I should not be doing this, but it's okay. A book that has dual POV. That one should be easy because a lot of the books I buy are most likely dual POV because that's like one of my favorite things in books. And I already know it's gonna be There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. I've been meaning to get around to this book, and my best friend Lily has been telling me to read this book a lot recently, and I feel like I should just do it. She loves this book. I'm pretty sure it is like stalker romance. I haven't read that before, or like that hasn't been a main trope specifically in the books I've read, so I'm kind of nervous to see if I'm gonna like that and if it's gonna scare me. It probably will scare me, but she said this is like really dark romance, and I feel like with Kill Switch already on my TBR, I'm gonna be in a dark romance mood after Kill Switch. So this is definitely gonna be the 8th book that I shouldn't be putting on my TBR, but I'm going to. And this is a duet. I think the second one is, I don't know what the second one is. This is it though. They're both on Kindle Unlimited, so if I really enjoy this, I might get to the second one. But yeah, this one just seems so freaking interesting, and I'm very nervous. And I feel like it's gonna be super like like violent and gory, so we're gonna see. But our TBR jar has successfully chosen, yet again, another monthly TBR for me, and I'm very happy with the selections this month. I feel like it's doable. I don't know what to say because every single time I'm so hopeful that I'm gonna finish this TBR and I seem to disappoint myself every single time. But who knows, maybe this is the month that I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna give you guys a quick little recap. So we obviously have There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Very scared to read this, but I'm hoping it's gonna be good so I can read the second one. We also have Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. Very anticipated read for me, and one that I can almost promise you I will actually read this month because there's only 5 books in this series and I'm already on the 3rd, so I feel like it's gonna get juicier and juicier, and then I'm gonna binge the series. Under the Influence by Noelle Crooks. I'm just very curious about this read. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, I don't know if I'm gonna hate it. It just caught my interest, and I'm curious to see the things that are gonna be talked about this book, dealing with the whole like social media and the new age society / generation of technology taking over the world. The Kinsey Project by Jessica Pera. I really want to read this before it actually releases so I can provide my rating on it before, and if I put a timeline on the book, I'm more likely to actually read it. I'm just excited to learn about quinceañeras. That's something that always intrigued me as a little kid. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Better late than never. Wildfire by Hannah Grace, a very anticipated read for me considering how much I love the series. Hopefully it will be as spicy as Icebreaker, and hopefully I'll get the good summer vibes from the summer camp element. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Definitely not a good idea to start another series, but I'm looking for that southern vibe going on, that cowboy aesthetic going on, and I feel like from what I've heard at least that this is the book that's gonna give me that. And lastly, the 8th book on my TBR, The Long Fall by Walter Mosley. I'm sorry, I know I'm mispronouncing that, but this is obviously a book that I was gonna unhaul, but I'm willing to give it a chance if I end up getting to it this month, hopefully. So that's officially our May TBR that my TBR jar helped me choose. I love this thing. It never lets me down, so I'm so happy that I have this, and I highly recommend you guys make a TBR jar if you guys are ever struggling to pick your TBR or want to make picking your next book a little bit more fun. Thank you, TBR jar. Love you forever. And I'm really excited to get into these reads. I feel like I'm gonna have a good reading month, and obviously with all the books that I got book shopping after my book buying ban, I'm very excited to read those, and I'm really hoping that I end up reading this TBR and not just prioritizing the books I just bought. We're gonna have to see. Knowing me, we never know. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff you guys know how to do. Make sure you check down below for my Patreon to join my Patreon family, because they get to see all the behind the scenes. They get to see all the extra vlogs and everything they want to know about my life. They get to know it with all the personal vlogs I put over there. And also, let me know what you guys are reading this month. I want to know, are we picking up summer reads? Are we picking up cowboy romances? Tell me what series you guys are in the middle of too. But other than that, I really hope you guys are having an amazing, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Focus on communicating. This one has to be the first book on our Simone St. James. It's kind of like all over the place in my opinion. That was so weird. My camera just like shut off. It follows after Heartless? No. And like the art is so good. Like, hello?